Last December, major film distributors in Korea came together to form the Distributors Alliance. They explained that the alliance was created to address the structural crisis of the film industry. Today, by unpacking what a film distributor is, we explore how movies are made and how they find a way to audiences. Movies as commercial art. The way movies were distributed in the past was very different from today. In the early days, there were no dedicated theaters. Instead, people known as film showmen carried film reels and traveled to wealthy neighborhoods to screen movies. Then, in the early 20th century, small screening spaces called Nickelodeons began to replace this system. Nickelodeons were small venues where people paid a coin-sized admission fee to watch short films for a brief time. As movies became more popular, films grew longer and theaters built specifically for movie screenings began to appear. Cinema was never just about artistic expression. It was also about selling tickets. As films took shape around paying audiences, they came to be described as commercial art, placing distributors, those who bring films to the public, at the heart of the industry from its beginnings. Film production and distribution. The film industry has developed around two main pillars, production and distribution. Production companies make films, while distributors release them to the market. Then, distributors plan and carry out key decisions, such as release dates, the number of theaters, and marketing strategies. Well-known distributors include CJENM, Showbox, Walt Disney, and Warner Brothers. However, the boundary between production and distribution is becoming less clear these days, since many distributors now invest in and produce films themselves. In other words, distributors are no longer just companies that receive completed films. They have become the central players that decide what kinds of films are made and how they are presented to audiences. Recently, however, traditional film distribution has been structurally shaken due to factors such as the rise of OTT platforms. Why are distributors facing a crisis? More recently, distributors have found themselves in crisis, as films no longer need cinemas to reach audiences. Streaming platforms such as Netflix and Tving now fund productions directly, claiming exclusive distribution rights and sidestepping the traditional theater-based system. Alongside this, diversity within the film industry has diminished, while small and mid-sized distributors face growing uncertainty over survival. These overlapping pressures help drive the formation of the Distributors Alliance to confront the industry's widening structural problems today collectively.